They say Ireland's mist remembers everything. The blood spilled on its soil, the prayers whispered into its bogs, and the curses breathed by dying lips. But there's one name the wind carries still, even when no soul dares speak it aloud. Stingy Jack. In the 1800s, before the pumpkin found its place on porches, there was only the turnip, carved by trembling hands and set with a coal to ward off what the living feared to see. On All Hallows Eve, when the veil thinned and spirits roamed free, the people lit their hollowed roots not to celebrate, but to protect. They said it kept Jack away. Jack was no ordinary sinner. He was a man so cunning. He tricked the devil himself, twice. A drunkard with a silver tongue, he lured the devil into promises sealed by mockery and malice. And when death came for Jack, heaven refused him. Hell, bound by the devil's word, shut its gates. So Jack was left to wander the cold darkness between, with only a burning coal from hell's fire to light his way. They say he hollowed a turnip, placed the ember within, and roamed the night, searching for warmth, for rest, for another soul foolish enough to bargain as he once did. Those who saw the glow of his lantern in the distance, faint, flickering, moving without a hand to hold it, were warned never to follow. For if you looked too long, Jack might look back, and if your shadow crossed his path, he could trade his torment for yours. Now, centuries later, when a jack-o'-lantern flickers where no candle burns, when its light dances like breath beneath the mist, they say Jack has returned, not for redemption, but for company. The village of Doolau lay pressed beneath the gray belly of the Irish sky, a place where the sea winds carved the bones of the land and faith was worn thin as the soles of a farmer's boots. It was All Hallows Eve, 1823. Rain drummed the thatched roofs, and peat smoke curled from crooked chimneys like weary prayers. Inside the shattered mug, warmth and sign danced together. The air was thick with whiskey fumes and fiddle tunes gone slightly out of tune. Laughter rang sharp, desperate, the kind that comes when men drink to forget the cold. And there sat Jack O'Malley, called Stingy Jack by everyone who'd ever lent him a coin and regretted it. His beard was black as bog water, his smile wide as sin. A silver coin twirled between his fingers, glinting, mocking, never quite spent. Jack slurred. Ain't no man or beast clever enough to outwit Jack O'Malley. Not priest, not king, and sure as hell, not the devil himself. From the far corner, an old crone lifted her head from her cup, her eyes, milk-white and knowing, cut through the smoky air. Old woman, hoarse, careful, boy. Words like that called dark company. Jack only grinned. Jack, if the devil's listening, he can buy me a drink. The tavern door creaked open, though no hand touched it. The fire dimmed to embers. For a heartbeat, every man froze. Even the fiddle string went silent. Then the figure stepped in. He wore a black cloak dripping rain, his hat shadowing a face too pale for any traveler. The smell of sulfur drifted faintly in his wake. Stranger, softly, you called Jack O'Malley. Jack's smirk faltered, then returned. He laughed, though his voice cracked slightly. Jack, the devil himself. I was just jesting, friend, but if you're buying, I'll not refuse. The stranger smiled, a slow, cold curve of lips. Stranger, then let's make a bargain. The tavern seemed to shrink around them, the walls breathing, shadows deepening. The other men stared into their cups, afraid to see. The old woman whispered a prayer in Gaelic. Jack leaned forward, the glint of greed bright in his eyes. Jack, what'll it cost me? Stranger, only your soul. Jack laughed again, but the echo didn't sound like him. When the storm eased, only two men remained at the table, Jack O'Malley and the stranger cloaked in black. The tavern's laughter had withered, The warmth bled from the room, and even the hearth seemed afraid to burn too bright. Jack stared across the table, his smirk trembling at the corners. The stranger's eyes shimmered like coal, not red, but deep and endless, swallowing the light. Jack, so then, you're the devil, eh? Come to collect on a jest? Stranger, quietly, I come when I am called, Jack O'Malley, and I am never jesting. The words slithered through the room like smoke. Jack, mocking, and what do you want of me then? My soul? I'd wager that's worth a pint or two. Stranger, your soul, yes, but perhaps. We'll make it sporting. He placed a single silver coin on the table, though it gleamed too bright for firelight, too pure for any earthly mint. Stranger, one night, one game of wits. Beat me, and you keep your soul. Lose, and you walk with me at dawn. Jack grinned wide, the whiskey bold in his veins. Jack, a game with the devil. That'll be a tale worth the telling. Jack cheated, as always. He bluffed, he lied, he mocked. But the devil smiled. Stranger, you are clever, Jack. So clever, I'll grant you a choice. Name your final trick. Jack, I then, turn yourself to a coin, so I might buy the next round. And before the word finished leaving his lips, the devil was gone. In his place, a single coin spinning in the lamplight. Jack's eyes flared with mischief. He snatched the coin and shoved it into his leather purse, where a small silver crucifix hung. Jack, laughing, trapped the R, the devil himself, in me pocket. The tavern door flew open, though no wind touched it. The fire flared blue. From inside the purse came a voice not of man, but of every scream hell ever knew. Stranger's voice from purse. Release me, Jack, and I shall promise thee 7 years free of my claim. Jack's laughter filled the room, proud, greedy, triumphant. Jack, 7 years? Make it 10. Stranger, done. When the devil was freed, his shape returned in smoke and shadow. He looked upon Jack not with hatred, but with amusement. Stranger, enjoy your years, Jack O'Malley, but when I return, I will not come alone. Then the devil was gone, leaving behind the smell of ash and a turnip hollowed on the table, glowing faintly from within. 10 years passed, and with them, every ounce of mercy Jack O'Malley might have had. His fortune rose as others fell. Crops rotted under his watch. Debts multiplied, and yet Jack's pockets never emptied. But the years had a way of whispering, and on the 10th All Hallows Eve, he heard the whisper again. He was walking the road home from another night of drink when he saw him, the same stranger in black, waiting by the crooked gallows tree. Stranger, our bargain ends tonight. Jack, laughing. Ah, but you'd not rob a man of one last drink, would you? The devil's smile was thin. Stranger, very well. One drink. Name the tavern. Jack looked around at the empty road, no cavern in sight. His eyes gleamed with the same wicked idea that once saved him. Jack, no need for a tavern, my fiery friend. Turn yourself into a coin again, and I'll buy us a round at the inn up the hill. The devil's eyes narrowed, but he was proud, and pride was his weakness. Once more, he shimmered into a silver coin that gleamed under the moonlight. But this time, Jack didn't have his purse. Instead, he bent to the roadside, and with his boot heel, he pressed the coin deep into the earth beneath the shadow of a stone cross. Jack, grinning, stay there till I say so. The ground trembled. The air reeked of sulfur. Stranger's voice from below. You fool! I'll not be tricked again. Jack, then make me another promise. Stranger, name it. Jack, that you'll never take me soul. Never for all eternity. A moment's silence. Then a voice like grinding earth. Stranger, done. Jack laughed as he walked away, the devil's screams fading into the wind. But behind him, the gallows tree swayed, though there was no breeze. And something unseen began to follow his steps. Years bled into decades. Jack grew old, meaner, hollow-eyed. His laughter turned to coughs, and his gold lost its shine. Villagers crossed themselves when he passed. No priest would bless his door. When death finally came, thin and pale, cloaked in mist, Jack met him by the fire. "Jack, I've bested the devil himself. You think I'll walk with you, bones and all?" Death said nothing, only held out a hand. Jack smiled weakly. "Jack, go on then. Take me, see what hell will do with me." When Jack opened his eyes, he was standing in darkness. The air was cold, too cold for the living. Before him stretched the black gates of hell, molten light seeping from beneath. A familiar voice spoke. "Stranger from the flames, you cannot enter here, Jack O'Malley. I keep my promises." "Jack, then where'll I go?" "Stranger, nowhere. Walk the dark roads forever." Jack's voice cracked. "Jack, it's cold out there." The devil reached into the fire, pulled out a single burning coal, and tossed it at his feet. "Stranger, light your way, trickster. Find your own hell." He looked around, saw a turnip lying by the roadside, hollow, gnawed by rats. He carved it with trembling hands, placed the ember within, and lifted it to his face. The orange glow burned through the mist, casting shadows that danced like lost souls. And so he walked, between heaven and hell, never resting, never dying, his cursed lantern marking his shame. In the years that followed, villagers swore they saw him wandering the moors, a man with no shadow, carrying a lantern made from the devil's flame. Some said he guided lost travelers home. Others said he led them astray into bogs that swallowed their screams. Children in County Clare were told, "Stay indoors on All Hallows Eve, or Jack will find thee." And when turnips glowed on doorsteps, they weren't for decoration. They were to keep him out. But stories change with time. Turnips became pumpkins, fire became candlelight, and the world forgot the man behind the flame. Forgot until one Halloween night in modern Ireland. Clara Byrne, a documentary filmmaker from Dublin, was driving through the countryside, scouting stories for her Halloween special, Ghosts of Old Ireland. Her camera rested on the passenger seat, beside an old map and a thermos of coffee. As the rain thickened, the road vanished into fog. Her GPS crackled, then died. The car lights caught something ahead, a figure on the roadside. A man, tall, wearing an old cloak. In his hand, a faint orange glow, flickering, but not from a candle. Clara slowed, rolled the window halfway down. "Clara, hey, you okay out here?" The man turned. His eyes were two empty hollows of light. The turnip lantern burned in his hand without fire. Man whispering, "Cold night, isn't it?" She blinked, and he was gone. Only the glow remained, hanging in the mist like a suspended flame. She got out, camera in hand, filming the strange light. Clara to herself, no heat, no wick, it's voice behind her. Looking for a story, are they? She turned, no one there. The light blinked once, twice, then flared, bright enough to cast her own shadow on the road. But her shadow had a lantern. The camera footage recovered from Clara's car was grainy, distorted by interference. Locals found the vehicle abandoned near Doolau Marsh, doors open, engine still warm. Only the camera remained. In the footage, you can hear her voice trembling. "Clara, something's walking beside me. I can see its light in the reflection." Then, a man's voice, faint, close to the mic. "Jack, you've seen me now. You know my name. And the curse needs company." The lens flickers. For an instant, Her reflection in the glass has a turnip lantern in her hand. Then darkness. Locals now say that every few years, someone disappears near the marsh, and on foggy nights, a new lantern glows beside the old one. Sometimes it flickers without flame. Sometimes it whispers your name. If you ever walk the Irish roads on Halloween night and see a jack-o'-lantern glowing where no candle burns, turn away. Don't follow the light. Don't look too long. For Stingy Jack still walks, cursed by his own deceit, searching for someone foolish enough to take his place. And maybe, just maybe, he's already found you. If you felt the chill of the Irish mist tonight, make sure you leave a light on, just not in a pumpkin. Subscribe for more haunted legends from around the world, and tell us in the comments. Would you follow the lantern if it called your name?